Hello viewers, welcome back to my channel. And I have discussed about the 10 terminologies or the 10 basic terminologies which are used in the discipline of geological studies, or which are very necessary to know as a student of geology in the discipline of geology. Now I am going towards the another topics, and I am starting from aphanetic. It is basically a type of texture in igneous rock in which the grains are or crystals are very small. As a definition, we can define aphanetic is that a texture of igneous rocks in which the crystals are too small for individual minerals and to be distinguished with the unaided eye. So it is called aphanetic. On number 12 there are aquitard. Aquitard is an impermeable bed that hinders or prevents groundwater movement. So it is an impermeable bed that hinders or prevents groundwater movement. It is called aquitard. And after on number 13 there are aquifer. It can be defined as that rock or sediment through which groundwater moves easily. So we can define aquifer as that it is a rock or sediment through which groundwater moves easily, and it is called aquifer. And there are another terminology which is arete. Arete is basically a very narrow ridge which is separating the two adjacent glacial valleys, and we can define arete as that a narrow knife-like ridge which is separating two adjacent glaciated valleys. So it is called arete. On number 15 there are Arcos. Arcos used for basically for sandstone, and a feldspar rich sandstone is called Arcos. So a sandstone which is rich with respect to feldspar is called sandstone, or we can define it as that a feldspar rich sandstone is called Arcos. Another terminology is artesian well. So artesian well is a well in which the water rises above the level where it was initially encountered. We can define it as that a well in which the water rises above the level where it was initially encountered. It is called artesian well. On number 17 there are atmosphere. Atmosphere is the gaseous portion of the planet. The planet's envelope of air is called atmosphere. Atmosphere is one of the traditional subdivision of Earth's physical environment, and basically atmosphere is the gaseous portion of a planet, or we can say that the planet's envelope of air, and it is on the basis of traditional subdivisions of the Earth physical environment. Simply we can say that the gaseous portion of the planet is called atmosphere, or we can say that the planet's envelope of air is called atmosphere. Another term which is mostly used in geology is atoll. This term mostly used when we study the lagoonal area. Atoll can define as that a continuous or broken ring of coral reef which is surrounding a central lagoon. A continuous or broken ring of coral reefs which is surrounding a central lagoon, it is called atoll. On number 19 there are atom. The smallest particle that exists as an element is called atom. And after that there on number 20 there are atomic mass unit. A mass unit equal to exactly 1/12 the mass of a carbon-12 atom. Atomic mass unit can be defined as that a mass unit equal to exactly 1/12 the mass of a carbon-12 atom. On number 21 there are atomic number. An atomic number can be defined as that the number of protons in the nucleus of an atom is called atomic number. The numbers of protons in the nucleus of an atom is called atomic number. And on number 27 and 22, on number 22 there are atomic weight. We can define it as that the average of the atomic masses of isotopes for a given element, Atomic weight can be defined as that the average of the atomic masses of isotopes for a given element is called atomic weight. Number 23 is axial plane. Axial plane is an imaginary surface that divides a fold as symmetrical as possible, or we can say that it is an imaginary line or an imaginary surface which divides a fold in symmetrical and possible subdivision, or we can say that an imaginary surface that divides a fold as symmetrical as possible, it is called axial plane. On number 24 there are axes. It is a line drawn along the points of maximum curvature of the fold is called axis. So axis is basically a line which has drawn along the points of maximum curvature of fold. It is called axis. On number 25 there are asthenosphere. Basically it is a subdivision of the mantle which is situated below the lithosphere. The zone of weak material exists below a depth of 100 km and in some regions extends as deep as 700 km. The rock within this zone is easily deformed, so it is a subdivision of mantle situated below the lithosphere. It is all about the asthenosphere. The main points in the definition of asthenosphere is that it is a subdivision of the mantle which is situated below the lithosphere, and we will discuss lithosphere in alphabet L. The zone of weak material exists below the depth of 100 km and in some regions it extends as deep as 700 km, and the rock within this zone asthenosphere is easily deformed. So the rocks within the asthenosphere is easily deformed. So viewers, it is all about today's lecture. I hope all of the viewers will enjoy this valuable information about the discipline of geological engineering, or as a simple geological student I will try to give more information about the basic terminologies which are used in geology. So wait for the next lecture. Thank you.